Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are surrounded by pageantry and tradition, and it's clear to see that college football will be at its best today. And the Buffaloes will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. And now we'll get a look at this offense for the first time today. And there he is. When you have a guy like this, you don't mind building your attack around the running game, guys.
And he's a grown man. There's no doubt about it. This offense runs through him. Everybody gets their emotion, and everything is built on him and around him.
And everybody knows this guy's going to touch the football, and still, defenses can't stop him. He can run through tackles and make big things happen.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room. So important to get off to a good start, try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters. And a great job on the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing 3rd and long. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout by the offense.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They've got the screen set up. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. You can hand it to him. You can throw it to him. Either way, he's making his presence felt.
Those are your favorite plays, Reese, the him plays, right? Finding ways to get him the ball because he can make plays, whether it's running or receiving out of the backfield. They're going to continue to highlight this guy.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's in for the touchdown.
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football. And they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Colorado Buffaloes offense will get the ball for the first time. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He makes the connection. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, being a business.
Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buffs!
And how about the tight end showing off the athletic ability? Does a great job in the blocking game. Now, when you need to make a big play in the passing game, you just turn him loose, throw him the football, and he can make big plays like he did right here.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's perfect. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a 64-yard scoring toss. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. Still on his feet at the 40. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Motion from the offense. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Little touch pass to the receiver.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A really raucous environment there in Orlando. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys just down the road from our EA Sports studios at the Bounce House.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball right of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Nice scramble, unbelievable job after dropping back to pass and understanding the situation, and a nice heads-up play. Slide. Live to fight another down. Don't try to make a bigger play and run through somebody big and get yourself hurt.
Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 28. The run from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And I love that the QB understood I'm going to put some stank on this. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can quickly, right when he's breaking out of that curl. Nice job getting it to him quick so he could get a first down.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. And the Buffaloes in the hurry-up.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for us.
He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. The Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. And he's got it! Touchdown, Buffaloes!
I'm going to spread you sideline to sideline with all my speed, make you cover the whole field. Nice job by the offense, going with a little spread look, taking advantage of the speed they had on the field, and getting the big touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Duke is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. They're trailing by just 4 to Notre Dame. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Offense facing 4th down.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. He clearly doesn't believe in punting, going for it this close to his own end zone. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. A little screen to the running back. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Got a lot of running room. Running inside the 20. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play in there inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. On the ground, it's Samuel. Works his way down to the 10-yard line after a pickup of 3.
Brings up second down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. With jet sweep pass. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. Headed to the end zone. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say to the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
And now this offense on first and goal has a chance to break the tie late. They'll try to get it in with the run. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ball game. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Jumped on top of the pile. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They'll keep the kicker on the sideline, and the offense will try to break the tie with a 4th quarter touchdown on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And how about the little razzle-dazzle? They try to hand the sweep on 4th down and give it to a wide receiver. The defense was locked in, did a great job seeing it, going, attacking it, tackling to the ground. Big 4th down stop by this defense.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. All knotted up. Is free football in the forecast, or can this offense win it here? Handoff to the single running back. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Buffaloes will try to pin them back with the punt. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The offense set for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
Timeout called by the offense.
Now on second down. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Let's see what they've got on second down. Touch pass on the run. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout by the offense.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He wants to take the top off. Incomplete, the final play of regulation, and now we head to overtime. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Man, you play this whole game back and forth into overtime. Now you got a chance to set the tone, run the football in overtime, and be a little physical.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
How about the aggressive play calling? Love aggressiveness, bringing the free safety down, blitzing him, you could tell, completely disrupted the offense. They didn't know how to handle it. Free safety chases the QB, gets him on the ground.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Here's the handoff. Almost got to the sticks on 3rd down. Able to pick up 6, but they're looking at a 4th and 1. They'll try to strike first with a field goal in overtime. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now they take the lead. Down by a field goal, and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
He's tackled at the 22-yard line.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Samuel. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before they'll recycle that down marker. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, wants to throw. They'll run the screen. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Sticks it in his belly. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. This, the biggest play of the game so far, going for it on 4th down in overtime. He stopped short, and that's going to do it. A defensive stop wins it in overtime. It always comes down to a few key plays in a game like this, but to lose in overtime, just an absolute kick in the gut.
It's a kick in the gut, and you remember those exact plays, Reese. The things I could have done a little bit better, or the ball could have bounced my way. Just a few of those little plays make the difference in winning or losing the ball game.
And I think as players too, David, you know, when you watch the film, you didn't do enough, but you definitely had some positives out there on the field. Guys stepped up, guys delivered, and put you in a position to win. In the end, moving forward, when the game's on the line, you got to be able to close games out.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.